Tonight, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge for Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Maybe a yard up to the 29. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 57 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
The reception good for 7. It's third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Jackson on first down. He'll find Bateman once more. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Again, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
On first down, Tagovailoa. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is taken in at the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
First and goal at the 1. Taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
So the face mask moves them closer, and now first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You have 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They go play action with Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackled him for just a short gain.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big time.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. It's a big play there for Miami. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
On first down, Singleton. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
It certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Now the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Ravens ready to take over. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
They go play action now. Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he's brought down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On first and 10, it's Dobbins. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On second and 11 now. Jackson complete here. It's Hyde. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Well, defensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cohen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've gotten the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's taken to the 26. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. He sets to fire deep. Touchdown Dolphins! Jalen Waddle, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. A nice Nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 3rd down, Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And taken right on the 30. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a play there for Miami. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches, why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Point after, right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Well, it wasn't a 1-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, a lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on second down. Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. And a nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now here come the Dolphins. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. But Charles, you know, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the bootleg, Richardson. They'll roll him out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
To throw is Richardson from the gun on 3rd down.
Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Yeah, something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it.
Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Play action. Now Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now it's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off at the 45, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard. Line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control. And man, Charles, talking about singing something in there. And those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
And now here come the Ravens. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Richardson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught at the 8. Touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Well, the Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half, and we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now Jackson on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will be brought down
on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head to Philly to see what's happening with the Eagles. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. The Eagles are hanging in there in the playoff race as they jump above 500 now to 4-3 on the year. And lastly, we'll all be tuned in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And a give this time to the tailback. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. White 15. White 15.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down inside the 30.
63 yards on the ground for him now with 4 touchdown runs tacked on.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Watch 15. Watch 15. Watch 15. Time to go. Night, night.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter, drive right down the field to extend their lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Well, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson, and his throw is incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute again.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Powering his way forward. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch time. Watch time. Hey, hey. Check that. Watch that. Watch that.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll run on first down. Singleton.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Mike 15. Mike 15. Exit.
They run the counter. It's Mullins.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Let's go, baby. Check 52.
This is Ingram. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you think, yeah, the fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
15's the mic. 15's the mic. I got 15. Hey, 19. Here I come.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Here we go. Mike 6. Mike 6. Let's go, D.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 28.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Watch his flag. Watch his flag. Mike 6. Mike 6. Coming.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
On first down, Singleton, a giant hole up the middle, and they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
headlines here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Now the try here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that one all. Play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got this down to the 35.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
To throw again is Jackson.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Jackson. That's caught. Oh, what a grab by Bateman.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Ravens are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Here we go, D. Watch 15. Watch 15. Back 15. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
They run the counter. Mullins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Looking to throw. Richardson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory.
What's the deal, y'all?
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Get that ball. Get that ball. Watch 15. Watch 15.
They run the counter. It's Mullins. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Mike 15. Mike 15.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
But he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use him more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead, usually not as fumble prone either.
No, that is so true, because they are taught, take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
Second and goal from the 1.
Drop deep, drop deep. Mike 6. Mike 6. Hey, watch the slack.
They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10.
He'll get that one to Carter complete.
And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken around the 12.
So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. Miami set to take over. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one.
They'll run on first down. Mullins, and he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. On first down, Singleton. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's bring it. Like 15. Like 15.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Mullins, and he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
15. Mike's 15. Know your job. 15's the mic. 15.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a gain of a yard there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you still think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Dolphins, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the New York Jets come to town. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.